Hey everybody, live here. Trying to get my YouTube TV, get my X-rays out of the way here. Just gonna... Shit. Let's get down to what we're gonna do. Is tonight is preseason NFL football, and we can let's do that. Ooh, what if we did that? Oh, now I'm centered. Oh, you can see Purdue. I see the Colts one up there. So yeah, I got a colleague that does woodworking. Made me those. I probably end up giving them away as gifts to someone at some point. All right. So more. All right. There. It's almost like we might be asking it to do too much. This MetroNet I switched to is supposed to be a 2 gig internet. It's supposed to be able to handle this. I don't know why. You're going. Actually, I can just YouTube TV, right? Here we go. So I'll just pull it up on my computer. So let's say you wanted to watch this game, but you don't want to listen. You can definitely access this feature. Manage. Anyway. Yeah, so right now I'm watching what looks like the kind of the lead in to the very first preseason game. What I like to do, I don't know about anybody else. Now that I'm a football coach, and I was kind of doing it before I ever really got a gig. I like to look at formations and concepts, motion, shift, especially early, because obviously they're going to get better at it as the season goes on. But also, your opponent watches your film, and they got a whole bunch of people that they've hired whose job it is to tell you like what formations I like to use, what personnel packages. Um, so yeah, while I try to pull this up on my TV, I've got it up here. So they're doing player introductions now. Um, and a lot of people that will would normally watch things like that aren't today. It's okay. They're not here. One of the things I've done is I never do anything for crowd. Like I'm not here to draw a crowd. That's not what we're trying to do. Finally got it pulled up on my TV, so we'll be able to watch this on my TV. So I don't have to look at my computer. I don't like to look at my computer screen while I'm recording something. It shows you're kind of lazy and unprepared. So, and as soon as I turn that off, okay. So yeah, we're live. Also this me going live tonight should also potentially involve my team, not just my head coach, but my players. One of the things that I have to be able to convey to my players is my knowledge of football. Most of my kids are freshmen and have never played football before. They love football and they know who all these people are, and that's really cool. You know what I mean? Like, so they know. I told them up front from the day I met them. My ultimate goal is to be an NFL head coach. You know what I mean? Got my sticky notes here in case I see something crazy. Yeah, right now, I'm just kind of introducing players, doing the opening stretches. There's nobody in the stands. So crazy. For a long time when I lived closer, I'd go to like preseason games and stuff. They let you sit a lot closer, and there's not very many people there. Yeah, as a Colts fan, I'm not necessarily happy that first game's against or first game involves both the Texans and Patriots, who are bitter rivals of my Indianapolis Colts. You're gonna see me go live on my platform more often. I have in the past streamed for a variety of reasons, and I've done a variety of things, guys. You've seen me commentate sports live for an application that I was working for. They're still doing very well. They just decided to work with the networks, so obviously they're gonna get network level talent. So no sense of me wasting my time. And it's not that I'm not network level talent. I just think like it's gonna take some time to get there. Uh, and I'm one of those people I get discouraged easily. But now I have a purpose, right? Now I have a job that fundraising and being visible are a big part of being a good football coach and part of a good program. And a lot of the people that view my content and know, but maybe some people that see this don't. Um, Duff that opening kick. So you always wonder with these kickoff rules now, you'll notice that the opening kick that was not a high arcing ball aiming to come in down inside the 10, um, right on the hash. You'll notice that that ball was like a knuckleball that landed inside the 20, bounced through the end zone. So teams are already adjusting their special teams play. So that's pretty interesting. What I was gonna do is try to share, but how do I? Share. Mm, Twitter video link. Ooh, it's tough. All right, so share it on social media, share it on Twitter. I'm gonna try being too invasive, but in the past, I've tried to like play get video games competitively and stream online. Um, you've seen me do stand up comedy. But I'm one of those people, like, if I get discouraged easily and I find out there's some dumb stuff going on, it's gonna be real difficult for me to devote a bunch of time to something that I see as a waste. Um, Nice cutback, first down. Nice 3rd and 1. Uh, Running back play, by the way. 3rd and 1, definitely a handoff. Power I. look like a handoff to the right, and he cuts back, makes the first guy miss, spins at the line of scrimmage, falls forward, gets a first down. So um, that was power I. That was single tight end. So let's see if we can identify concepts. So now we're on 1st and 10. This is I was gonna say it looked like a 4-3 cover two, but they had a receiver at slot, so the defense gets an extra guy in the box. I'm not a big fan. I'm a big fan of spreading it out. Um, Obviously things are gonna be different in the NFL, but I'm not in the NFL yet. Um, Stroud takes his first sack, and that's what we want to see. By the way, the rookie first round draft pick, the guy that got picked ahead of Richardson by your rival, getting sacked needlessly in the first. Yep, yep. Looks like Stroud's is struggling. You know what I mean? So yeah, 2nd and 25, quarterback struggle. One of the things that one of my colleagues, Chris Shepard, at Stampede Blue pointed out about CJ Stroud is that his receivers were so good at Ohio State that he never got to the third read. I don't know about y'all. Looks like here after two pass plays, one in which he had to circle out, C gap escape, and get out of bounds, and the other one he took a sack on. It could be very well is not able to get to the third read. So that may be a thing. Split back, tight formation, 3rd and 21. Just trying to get some of it back. Picked off. So gets sacked, gets flustered out of the pocket, throws a pick. This is just go down. Just go down. Thank you. Thank you. New England Patriots playing good defense in the preseason. So you heard me, a high school offensive coordinator. So I'm not a defensive coordinator. I did not have that background. Saying on 3rd and 21, out of that formation, look at them to try to get some, not most of those yards back. And look at where the ball ends up inside like a 15-yard throw, and that safety read it all the way. So if my behind, my nobody, right, overloaded formation, that looked like a run all day. So no trickeration at all. It was 100% a run. Was that a corner stop? Wow. See, that's an interesting concept. Picked up one already. 5 minutes into the first quarter. Corner stop. Play action. Throw back to the halfback for 5 yards. Handoff fake. Pass fake. Dump to the flat. Bailey Zapp. 70% completion percentage. Well, if he keeps that up. So 3rd and 4. 2-by-1 set. Or is that an even set? Even set with a tight end in the block. A little outside receiver motion. Ooh. Fortunately, Zapp went down before he got absolutely throttled. So that's a sack, 4th down punt. Very, very NFL preseason-y. If we're really talking about the quality of football. Yeah. So I mean, fortunately, unfortunately, when you're new and nobody wants to speak to you, um, I'm in a bunch of Facebook groups regarding football. There seems to be a conversation regarding the jet, like jet sweep or jet motion, and when to initiate the snap in order to time it up. Um, so I do have a little bit of experience. We actually ran the jet in jet motion in my spread offense when I was offensive coordinator for a semi-pro football team. And one of the things that we figured out, and you got to realize we were playing off one practice, went 6-0 off one in-person practice a week, utilizing a spread offense that I built with the jet motion in it. And the way we got the jet to go off when we needed it is the quarterback just simply motions for the receiver, the player, like gives them the come on, and then just tries to call for the ball or say go uh, before that receiver at full speed hits your tackle. And if that ball is snapped exactly, go is said right as he hits that outside tackle, and the ball is in his hand as the receiver passes, and the jet goes off cleanly, then we're good. And otherwise, I would always coach my jet player to just keep moving, don't hesitate. Like if the handoff's behind you or you don't end up with the ball, just keep going. Then obviously the quarterback with a back crossing your face that isn't a running back, you're probably rolling out toward that jet motion, which is usually left in my offense. So that's the goal. Hopefully, I'll be able to get like my whole team in here. Like I was trying to get this band app. Anybody else heard of that? Can I get in band on here? Oh no. So I wonder if you could even hear me up to that point. Huh. Interesting. I wonder if my sound was any good. So that sucks. I just noticed on my tab, I'm using Opera now. On my Opera tab, it showed that my volume was off. Wish I had somebody in here that could say, "Hey, your volume is off. Couldn't even hear you." But yeah, New England up 3-0 after a turnover by Houston. Who knew that was coming? The ensuing kickoff is returned. Looks like shy of the 20. Returned out of the end zone. But it was a sort of a low kick, if you will. The ball got back there fast. So that's probably why he returned it. Defense right back out there. Oh, 98's a big old boy. All right. Another condensed set. The power back, a little motion out of the power. Hey, that's a 6, 7 yard run. Condensed set, tight end to the right with a fullback who kind of motions, and then they run like a ISO inside the motion. I have a eidetic memory, so if I like see it and I map it out of my brain, I could be able to reproduce that. Like, watch. Oh shit. Oh yeah, I got a pen here. I'm gonna draw that play. That's a pretty cool play. So we'll draw it. It was the middle of the field. Another middle of the field. Another condensed set. Dump to the back. Almost got him killed. I don't know if you want to draw that one up, but that was a 7 yard run. I like drawing up those nice run plays when you got them. Okay. So that play, we had tight end left. We had um, quarterback under center. And the fullback and tailback are in I. 6, 9, 10. Okay. All right. And I didn't see any other movement up front, so I'm pretty free to assume, something like this. I always draw it up against the 4-3 cover too, because we're putting the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. I'm an offensive coordinator trying to become a head coach. So I'm trying to identify the offensive, but what the offense is going to do, right? Because that would be my weakness, right? I am an offensive coach. I know what the fuck the defense is doing. I need to know what the offense is doing, especially when it works. But yeah, this was pretty well blocked. He's gonna get that little smash and get to the next level. Win your block. And kind of take a smash and block out. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mhm. Mhm. So this again, sort of condensed. Oh no. Oh no. Why do they see what the first problem I see here is that I don't like is with a right-handed quarterback. This offensive coordinator now has let his rookie quarterback roll out to the left 3 times, and he's a righty. So it's literally, like, not where we wanna be at all ever. And in fact, we'll predicate our offense away from that. And the thing about it is I get to say these things from a sideline, right? Spread, this is 3 by 1, tight end motion out, all the way out. Well, the good news is Stroud is struggle busing. So yeah, I'm logging in right now to the band app so I can encourage my football team. Hey guys, come chat. Mhm. I need to get some homework done at some point. But yeah, put a little note there. So I'm in a fantasy football league with a bunch of my nerd friends. And this year, our fantasy football team names have to be birds. So I thought it'd be funny if I shared some of the Gale swallows, flock of skeeses, Sweet D's bird gathering, barnyard pimp, great tits, rough face shags, horned screamers, American woodcocks. These are all considered inappropriate names. I would think it's funny because those are all actually birds. In some instances, there's like two birds. But yeah, we got looks like strong power eye left, tight, F motion weak. It's like a 21 dive. Um I think. So we go power eye left, tight, because you want your receivers tight. Nobody was anywhere near the little bit of a spread formation, but again, tight end in there to block. I just look. I'm gonna keep saying it. When you go out, come out in 3-by-1, right? 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, whatever you want to call it, 11 personnel, and you're having him block backside. That backside defensive end's crashing down and making the play every single time. That tight end needs to be off the ball, motioning to the power side, need to run to the power side more often. These teams don't do that. Straight up spread, 3rd and 8. So look at balls to the sticks, comebacks. That was a nice ball, nice catch. You could tell that they've been practicing that. A lot of teams aren't going to go vertically there. So let's look at this 2 receiver side. Outside, yeah, outside, hand fight, hand split release, outside, and then just go up and make the catch, baby. Nice elevation, extension. Yes, love it. And he's looking to go back too. Hey, Bailey Zapp, we're a nice little 2-play sequence here. Well, 3 plays really had that little inside screen of the halfback the play before that. Uh, so that was like 3 plays in a row. This Bailey Zapps looks pretty good. I'm thinking a lot of this stuff's too slow, to be honest with you. Like that fake front side, flip your hips, throw backside. I don't know if that's fast enough for the NFL. Um, yeah, so obviously a lot of passing offense going on now, right now. So I didn't even see what the inside receiver ran. Defense 4-3, cover 1, it looked like. Max protect, Bailey Zapp, out of the pocket, throw that shit. Out of bounds. Hey, I don't mind seeing that. I don't mind it when my quarterback just throws the ball out of bounds. Live to play another day and not start ne- worse than 10 yards to go. It's like sack on first down is like the worst thing ever. Actually, sack on second down is actually technically worse. Because the first down you have second and third down, try to get a first. Phew. You see how crazy it is? Like he threw that ball away and was still barely in time to get it off without getting hurt or hit. Quick screen. That was a quick slot screen, and the guy fell down. It's okay. As long as it gets a couple yards, it's still decent offense. It's not great. It's decent. I just don't know that New England's got the skill players to do much more than be like a 500 ball club. A lot of people saying this is the Jets' uh, time. Here's trio right. What happened? False start on the offense. Okay. Mhm. For example, let me talk about how inexperienced my players are. I had a freshman receiver miss a snap completely. Said he couldn't hear the cadence. And I said, me and the head coach at the same time are like, what are you talking about? Turn your head. You're supposed to be watching the snap of the football. And he was like, well, what? How am I supposed to keep my eyes straight ahead and watch the ball? And I said, who said keep your eyes straight ahead? Watch the ball. So it's things like that you have to ingrain in a young player's head. See, right there, and right after I say it, you see two players watching the snap of the football and reacting. So a lot of people are going to wonder down the road because I'm going to keep doing this. What are we doing? Well, what I'm doing is I'm trying to identify formations and motions and concepts that are new to me that I hadn't seen or drawn up before. The game is ever evolving. These teams' concepts are ever evolving. One of the things I see teams getting away from is spreading them out. See a lot of tight condensed sets. This is also the preseason and you're trying to tighten it up so you can protect your quarterback. And you also don't want to give away much of your playbook. So maybe this is all the shit that you'll never run, is what I'm hoping these teams are doing. But when a play looks good, it's worth shaking a stick at. And the reason I like picking up run plays is because I'm an air raid guy and I want to be multiple. And I think in order to be it's 21 personnel too. In order to be multiple, you gotta be able to teach multiple. So, fortunately for me, I'm an air raid guy that was spread in college, Power I in high school. So I've already kind of been around the block. This is 21 personnel. And this was the first period. And this is card one that we drew. Um, Power I left tight, F week 21 dive. Um, Defensive middle. And this was a first down run, too. First and 10. It was about a 7-yard run. So, and I just drew up it against a 4-3 cover, too. Um, Again, if I was scouting the defense, I'll scout the defense the teams we play. But when it comes to watching football, it's easy to diagnose a defense pre-snap, what they do post-snap. They could be doing a whole bunch of shit. So what's prescient for me is to be able to relay information quickly and relevantly to my like defensive quarterback, my safety, or talking to my quarterbacks. Single high. So here, two high safeties, run the ball. I just don't like this condensed stuff. This condensed stuff puts too many people in the box. Okay, it's like a 4-yard run. Is important to note I believe Stroud's still out there. Um, I don't know. Is a Houdini a bird? Yes. A Houdini is a bird. Who knew? So again, we're not asking for money. There's no links. There's no Patreon. I'm not doing that. I was raised that you give away your greatest asset. I think my greatest asset is I can speak about this game. Too high safety. Looks like an off canter 4-3 cover two man because of the motion and a whole bunch of offsides there. I'm surprised this play's still going off. Nice completion. Nice completion for a first down there. I'm actually surprised that happened. So I thought a couple times somebody's poked their head in the door. Hi, if you're here, if you can hear me. Hopefully you can hear me. You should be able to do that. But yeah. Okay. My football team is not practicing 5 days a week right now because we do not have a full team. We did not even have 16 players. And it's a brand new high school, so I'm being there in a couple years. They get less than 300 kids. So this is the first year. We're going to do 8-man football. And the good news is we do that for all of less than 3 months. Actually, less than 2 months. So it's our first game is the 18th of October, and I think it ends on the 12th or 18th of August, ends on the October 12th, I think. End of the first quarter. Now, my hope is that they pull Stroud right here. Um, the New England Patriots are a well-coached football team. Bill Belichick's a real deal, and he's not had a good. I don't think he had a good first quarter. No points, a pick, a sack, a flush. I don't know, man. It's kind of funny though. I mean, he was definitely the guy. A lot of people are gonna sit here and talk about how much Denzel breaks someone's arm. But yeah, while we're live here, I'm gonna keep going live, especially during like football games. Um, we're about to have my team's first fundraiser, and to be completely transparent, that budget is $12,000, and I think that's absolutely the floor. I cannot believe that a high school football program's opening annual budget's only $12,000. I told them to double it. I'm gonna need the help. I've never asked anyone for help before, so I don't think I've run out of people that are willing to invest in a high school football program. Um, that ultimately Purdue University will invest the bulk of the money that this program needs, but they want to see some investment from the community. Um, and I like to think I've got a pretty big community. This was planned today. And again, I'm not doing this for live viewers. I'm doing this to look back on and say, hey, when I was just a young high school offensive coordinator, I like to watch preseason football to see what sorts of formation groups they're using early in the preseason. See if there's a justification for that. Talk about the concepts you see. If you see new stuff, sometimes they break the game, and they run this play, and you're like, "Ooh, put that in your back pocket." Now, I'm not expecting to do that in a preseason game, but every now and then you just see like a really cleanly blocked play, and you're like, "Man, that was sharp. Put that in my wheelhouse." Again, that play we picked up, that nice 7-yard run that New England had, that was nothing. That was power eye left, tight, meaning the wide receivers were in a tight alignment, and then the fullback motioned weak, and they handed off weak, but the back chose the A gap, the fullback went to the B gap. So, probably not how they drew that up, probably not probably not a play that ain't gonna be how it goes. That's not what your intent's gonna be. But if you think about the way the NFL read and react goes, when you motion the fullback weak to the B gap, you're putting a lot of pressure on that defensive end, and you're making that linebacker have to play football. So that's taking 2 people away from the A gap, which is probably why that play went for 7 yards. So again, could have been by design, could have been on accident. 3 by 1, tight end motions from H left to slot right, and they throw a fade. And if he just puts his hand out, he catches that. One of the things I've seen with receivers a lot, which is hilarious right now with the devaluation of the running back market, is a lot of receivers give up on routes and balls and are otherwise shocked at its appearance. It's kind of wild. Like when you're watching football and you go, wow, if that receiver isn't surprised by that ball, he could catch that shit. That's wild. 31 handoff. That was a draw. I love the draw. My high school football coach, other than being a bigot, loved the draw. Love the draw. I hate it on 3rd and 9 when you gotta have 9 yards in the first down, otherwise you lose this game, coach. Not a big fan of all that shit. But on the whole, the draw, solid. That's a solid X and long play, probably more like a second and long play. Um, but I'm not trying to run that shit. All right, so punt here, tight punt. Oh, see, they got guys outside the numbers, so they'll spread them out. To punt, I think that was fielded at like the 16. So I would if there was anybody in here asking questions, I'd whip out my Microsoft Surface and drop the play and show it to you. Otherwise, I'll just take a picture of the sheet I drew. So here, actually, I'm gonna show it on the screen. So I drew. Oh, here. It's backwards to y'all. Yeah. So I got these little play sheets. Pretty cool. And I got them printed out like left field, left defensive hash, middle defensive hash, right defensive hash. I wish this Courtyard by Marriott commercial was speaking to me. It's just not. I don't want to be a scout. I want to be a head coach and be on the field. You know, when I was initially hired, my head coach said, "I want you to call the plays off my script from the booth. We haven't even been together a month." And he's already like, "I want you on the field calling the offense, however you want to do it." Okay. Got to find a quarterback first. So the big problem is that love the young man, but think of him more as a fullback or a halfback. But the kid that started this high school football program was our quarterback. And I think if he'd have hung around us for the last month, he'd be a quarterback. But he was on Purdue's campus working out with a bunch of baseball players and they screwed up his throwing motion. That, and I think he might need to go see an eye doctor. So until we can get his throwing motion corrected, and he can go see an eye doctor, I think I might just rather use him as a fullback. He's like 5'10", 212, 220, I'm sorry. and not fat, by the way, an athlete. Um, so a little thick, but an athlete and a man among boys. All right. So here we are. I think going back to the second quarter, about 45 minutes in. We'll do that. What we'll do is we'll do a half. I'm gonna take a break, and then we'll come back if I feel like it. All right. So 31 motion to 22 handoff. Okay. Inside zone left. Hmm. So I like they're motioning. I mean, they've probably been doing that shit forever, right? Motion a guy from tight end left to slot right. Kind of changing up the. It's getting into your rules, right? Ooh, spread, quick screen, slot screen right. You see how there was no fake at all. There was a blitz coming and a hold. Okay, whatever. You see what they're trying to do. New quarterback in. Saw Bailey Zapp there in the first quarter. Hmm, that's a great ball. That's why they keep showing it. Third and manageable, and instead of throwing the sticks, they threw the fade. 31. Yeah, I was like, that ball's going to the right flat. And the back sputtered. So yeah, punt coming. Okay. So not very eventful, and that's okay. There's nobody here. We're singing to an empty room. So 4th and 1 punt here. Like I said, we're not trying to raise money. We're just trying to go live, make sure this thing still works and you can still hear me, right? So it's been 45 minutes. Like I said, we'll go to the end of the first half. And then we'll say, hey, we use live for the whole first half. If anybody to come in there at all, shit, you stick around. But we did our work, right? Our work is, can we identify what opposing offenses are doing? Nice punt. Nice punt. Nice punt. Flip the field completely. All right. One of the guys in my nerdy fantasy football league has found a bird called a nightjar, which okay, it's also preseason, right? So there's people who didn't even know football was on. There's people that I work with in football, in NFL football, that did not know there was preseason football tonight because it isn't the Colts. I was gonna say, I don't use anything with aluminum in it. You got that stuff there, Old Spice? Mm, mm-mm. Red zone. Oh, NFL's back. It's the most wonderful time of the year. I'd said free marketing idea for any company the night before preseason starts is Christmas Eve. Today's Christmas Day. Brendan Schooler out of Texas. All right, here we go. All right, offset I left, motion right, run right, or motion left, run left. Back kicks his feet running. That's a 7-yard run. It's another one of those ones where you're like, hey, we got to kind of draw that up there, big guy. So we can say that's middle of the field again. So guy's pissed. Quarterback is under I. Fullback is out here. Tailback's here. Right. So I'm drawing up my defenses. So the guy probably slid down. It's like a guy here, guy here. Might have to slide out a little bit, but he's probably here. Again, we draw up against 4-3 cover 2 all the time. Ooh, pitch right. Couple yards. So it's actually a power. Okay. They were tight too. So now you got to walk back on. Okay. So again, so offset I. Uh, so H power 25. Offset I H shift power 25. All right. And again, what you see when you watch football games is a lot of bad run plays, right? Like, oh, that was a 3 yard or less run. It's a bad run play. When you see a well blocked run play, like 7 yards, it's worth trying to conceptualize that. Because if it works in a preseason with backups, you're running that shit with your starters. You know what I mean? Like that seems like logical even. 2nd and 7, 2nd and manageable. Again, now they go pitch play and the ball's out. So the Texans turn the ball over twice. Okay, so the problem that I see, if I'm like quality control, is after we go offset I, H shift, power 25, we come right back and run offset I, H shift left, pitch left, and it gets fumbled. And I'll always wonder Did we change the back after the play call was made? Because I don't think that 33 was the same ball carrier from earlier, but he made a mistake. Um, so again, obviously teams are going to generally kind of keep it simple and protect their quarterback. You'd think that means a lot tighter formations. Again, I can hear a lot of movement behind me, so I'm going to have to cut this off. I don't know if you can hear the dogs behind me, but yeah, I'm going to have to cut this off at halftime to go play house. But yeah, I'm excited. Football's back. Now, you don't do this for the Hall of Fame game because there's so much pageantry going on that you can't really get much work done. And then not that preseason NFL games are going to be better because the play calling needs to be watered down. Um, I'm just agitated when I see, like, that was the same concept twice in a row. They just changed the type of handoff, and the back fumbled the ball, which is not tied to my point. But my point is that players aren't stupid. And when it's like running the same play twice in a row. It'd be different if it's 2nd and 1, but it's just 2nd and 7. And I get it, you wanna be in 3rd and 7 or better, so you'll take just about any outcome. But again, that looked just like the play prior. They just pitched it instead of handed it the fuck off. So power I left. Oh, it was power I too. Again, this is, cover 7. Tough. Tough, tough, tough. Fullback got blown up. That had nothing to do with the fumble. That was Belichick probably telling him good job. All right. So 3 wide receiver set. Ball thrown to the quick out weak. When I say weak, he's right-handed and he threw that to his right side. So, but one of the things that I don't see when I watch football that I want to see, most off quarterbacks are right-handed, right? 31 left. H Mo handoff. Yeah, I could have called that. That was a handoff. Yeah. The problem there, you need an extra guy in there to block. I think that was too obvious a run. Pardon me. Yeah, it is. I just had dinner. Been alive almost an hour. Been live. I think I was muted for the first 25 minutes, which makes me feel awesome about myself. 3rd and 8, definitely throwing probably to the sticks. 4-man pressure. Quarterback escapes and has to throw the ball out of bounds. Again, pressured left, away from, which again, these defenses, they don't want you to roll to your strength, right? So punt here. Just 7 minutes left in the second quarter. I know anybody watching this back is going to be like, "Dear God, shut it off. There was nothing." But there's always something going on. So I'm interested to see the impact of the kicking game. Looks like it's dropping about the 5-yard line, rolls out of the back of the end zone. Okay. He's fired. I'm just kidding. The Patriots punter. All right. So in our umpteenth commercial. So yeah, if you are watching this video back, please, if you haven't, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's just a push of a button. Give this style of video a thumbs up. I'm trying to essentially provide a community service in that I'm able to talk about football at a level that I think just about anybody can understand. Even my little 15-year-old freshman in high school could pick this shit up. The idea being that I'm not sharing what we're doing, so I'm not giving away my game plan. What I am doing is I'm able to tell you about the formations and concepts that other teams are running. And for example, when somebody does something cool that we haven't really seen before, I haven't seen before, we don't have, I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna draw that up. Um, I don't see that type of content anywhere else. I see people showing film, but I don't see people actually diagramming this other cool stuff. And so I want to enrich the game of football. I want to help the kids that I coach understand um, greatness requires a level of obsession that is borderline unhealthy. And people are obsessed with all kinds of stuff. I say something nerdy like I'm just a gamer, but I'm a football coach now, man. It's wild, right? Um, but if you know me, you know that I'm a very competitive person, generally come out on top because I try to do the things that winners do. All right. Looks like we may be back. Again, what we're doing is just watching the offense to see if either of these teams are willing to tip their hand at all. You got a 3-0 game, 7 minutes left in the second quarter. I think the Patriots have the ball. Oh, no, Texans have the ball. My football team's looking for sponsors, donors, fans would be great. People in the stands watching the games. That would be awesome. We're playing eight-man football, which is if you play 11 on 11, then you've heard of half line. Um, so if you, that was a nice play. That was a nice play. Okay. So there, that looked like tight spread, and they motioned essentially tight end left to slot right, which has been this big motion. Power eye left, handoff left for a few yards. That was just a dive with a fullback as a lead blocker. Injury, 6 minutes left, second quarter. Defensive lineman. So one of my colleagues called that route, that interception by Stroud, the route the receiver ran, he called that a 7 route. So I will put that in the old noggin. I think they're saying Carl Davis Jr. is injured. Why do I think Carl Davis Jr. was a restaurant? Am I stupid? Carl's Jr.? Just stupid. Ninth year in the NFL. Big old boy. The guy rolled up a little bit, little knee buckle. Wanted to run off there and wasn't able. All right, back to football. 2nd and 7, split backs. Here we go. A little bit of split backs. Split backs, tight end left. So this is tight. Split, left, tight. So drop back pass. Okay. 6 yards. It looked like a little circle route out of the back. 3rd and 1. Almost assuredly a run. 6 minutes left. Definitely running this ball to the left. Pass. Huh. Interesting. And he dropped it. And he dropped it. And he dropped it. Little fullback flat. Had his moment in the sun. Ball hit him in the worst spot. Right in the damn hands. All right, 5 minutes left, 4th and 1. We'll get out of here halftime. New England's about to get the ball back. Up 3-0. Probably pretty good field position, too. Nice punt. Nice punt. Had a fair catch that at the 9. That was a good punt. That's New England, man. New England is a well-coached football team. You don't know if they're going to be good because you haven't seen anybody that matters yet. But when the backups are playing well, it's a well-coached football team. It's a good football organization. Let's see here. 2nd and 9. Could see throw to the sticks or short pass. Clock is running. 11 personnel. Pass. All you saw was a snap and throw, so I don't really know what kind of routes were run or anything. I did say short pass. And keeps that clock running. So that's what you like to see, is the team that's in control, moving the ball, keeping the clock running. Trips left. Oh, he tried to swim through that. Just good pressure on 3rd down. Seen a lot more defensive pressure. A lot more hits on the quarterback. A lot more quarterbacks having to get out of the pocket. You'd have thought with all these tight formations. The cannon. 65 yard. He kicked that from his own end zone. That's 71 yards. Returned like 8 yards. Behringer just absolutely clobbered that football. He kicked that from his own goal line to the opposite, inside the opposite 30. I'm posting to my colleagues. Yeah, that punter just punted that ball a mile. So to the opposite 30 from your own goal line is 70 yards, and I think that was at the 24, so that was like a 76-yard punt on the fly, 76-yard punt on the fly. Bunch left. We use bunch. Triple deke. The running back stumbled and then inside fake, inside fake, inside fake, and then ran out of earth. I wonder if Pat McAfee saw that. Yo, it's crazy. So colleagues of mine are event runners. You need an internet at a venue, and the venue that they're at this weekend wants to charge 5 times the cost for internet at a venue that you have to pay to rent. With that exorbitant of a cost, I would not be returning. So good. This is a quick half too. This first half is about to be over under an hour and a half. And then we'll get out of here for the night. This was considered as like a test run. In the future, I should have football players on here. I should have other coaches that I know. I didn't spread the link far and wide. But yeah, well, if you go back and you watch this, um, you like what I'm doing, presenting something new, doing something a little different, something I don't see. Yeah, obviously you watch a broadcast, you might catch them cutting up a play or something. Is this an advertisement for NFL Sunday Ticket? By the way, I might be a step early in that his death was reported earlier today, and then that rumor was circulated by the Colts owner, Jim Irsay. But R.I.P. Sean Dawkins. Um, I even looked it up. So, but yeah, Sean Dawkins. Died at 52 years old. Former Indianapolis Colts wide receiver. But yeah, R.I.P. And then here we are. Little wide receiver tunnel screen for the first down. They're on second and 3. See, they haven't totally given up on the game plan. Whose stinking boots are those? Those awesome looking tennis shoes. That's D'Amico Ryan's. Those are flat. Those are fire. Those boots are fire. Only a hater hates those. Those are Nike, right? Those look like a Nike boot. Ooh, smushed. Mhm. Big old boy. 95 ran that play down. I think it was a backside defensive tackle, just smushing the center down. I'm a tennis shoe guy, so this segment was meant for me. All right. So gun twin, empty. Tailback motion, empty. 13 in there making some plays. 13 had a nice catch and run earlier. Now back on the field, runs a little slant route. See a dog. Hear Doug start barking in the background. 25 seconds left. And then, like I said, we'll do this. Probably won't do it for Colts games. I'm hoping to take my players to Colts games. Probably won't do it in Purdue games. Um, but we'll do it when we get a chance. And we'll do it more specifically in the next 4 days or next 3 days. What's today? The 10th? Okay, today's the 10th. On the 14th, okay, so 11th and 12th. It's Friday, Saturday, 13th, Sunday. Monday's the 14th. On Monday, the 14th of August, my high school football program's annual fundraiser will start. You can donate cash. We get 100% of the cash donated. You could buy swag for my school, whose mascot is an animatronic cat, which is awesome. At Lynx, by the way. But yeah, I'm at Purdue Polytechnic North in Broad Ripple, currently playing out of old Broad Ripple High School. Nice stop and go move. 13's tough. 13 is tough. He's going to be a difference maker in the NFL. I can already tell. Either that or he ain't going to make the team. But yeah, 18 seconds left. First and goal. I'm interested to see the play calling here inside the 10-yard line. 11 personnel to trio. And he was looking at the one the whole time. Oh, he caught it! Oh, he caught that! That is a touchdown. Oh, wow. What an interesting way to end the stream. Right after I said, like, he's going to be a good player in the NFL, he's going to make some plays. Look at this catch. Look at this catch. Technically, he flubbed, right? He had the ball secure before his foot touched out of bounds. Okay. Inbounds, 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 inbounds. Ball in possession. On the ground, having made the catch. That is a touchdown. Wow. It's about never give up, right? Never give up. Never, ever, 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 ever give up. Because that is a touchdown. I think they say that preseason football at the NFL level is not important, and I think that number 13 for the Texans begs to differ. We're going to stay on until the end of the first half. There's only 12 seconds left, and it was just a score. So it's going to be like a kickoff and then kneel down, but still. Bailey Zapp on for the Patriots, down 7-3. Of course, I'd rather watch the Patriots lose, right? But yeah, from now on, you may catch me. Thursday night probably be a great night to do this. Great night to do this. But yeah, Saturday, not a good day. I want to watch football. Sunday, not a good day. Dill. Yeah. Yeah. Having himself a day, my friend. Having himself a day. So that was exciting. It'd have been kind of a iffy half. And now it's like, that wasn't bad. A nightjar is also known as a goat sucker. These are types of birds. Oh, he returned that. Ballsy. Gets out to like the 27. A little horseplay after. And again, hopefully a kneel down and I'm out of here. Four three cover two. This is a V4. Oh, they're handing it off. People trying to make some rosters, man. A 3 yard run, 4 yard run there to end the half. All right. Well, hey, as promised earlier today on social media, I said like, hey, I have an idea. I'm gonna go live on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna watch the first half of this preseason game and try to talk shop, talk concepts. We're talking about reading what the defense is doing pre-snap, what the offense is doing, trying to describe that play. If there's something cool that happens, we try to draw it up. Draw it up. Do we have that? Do we need it? Again, like I said, one of the things that bothered me about the play calling was you'd see a team run a play for yards, need yards, and run the same type of play and just change one small thing about it. And get read, reacted to, and absolutely destroyed. That tells you this is the NFL. That stuff don't work in the NFL. And I want to say that was the Houston that did it too. Houston had like power eye left. Oh no, power eye right, H motion left, power left, came back, power eye right, H motion left, pitch left, but it was like a pitch power. So the back had no, it wasn't a 27, it was a 25, right? There's a difference, right? You shouldn't have cut up inside the out blocking usually tackle. But again, what I saw tonight in the first half of this football game, and again, I have a feeling we're going to be saying this a lot, is when teams use tight wide receiver splits, it lets the defense put another man in the box. And then when you try to run on that, when you let the defense put another man in the box, I think that is a mistake in that you need to spread them out, make them move around so that especially your young quarterbacks have space because that's what they need. But anyway, you go back and read this, watch this. Appreciate you. Saw a few people pop in, but again, wasn't expecting much of a crowd. Just more of a test stream. Now that I know, I can get muted out of my tab here. All right. Have a great weekend, everybody. Football is back. We'll see you later.